A very warm welcome today on Wednesday here on the 11:11 talk. Thank you for your patience. The streaming service was today a bit rough. Well, we keep in mind that I'm up here on the mountain on now 1,900 meters, so maybe the internet today was not as good. And actually, it fits perfectly to our topic today because it is all about imperfection is the new perfection, meaning that it's not about that we are trying, always to be perfect. I mean, I don't know how you are function, how you are working, what is your topic? I know from myself being on my career on different states of working, especially when I was working as a graphic designer, as a media management, I recognized that I was creating a design, but then, as a matter of fact, after a while, when I was finished, I was really polishing up and I wanted to be the graphic perfect. And it costed me a lot of time, a lot of energy. And at the end, nobody really saw that. So, what I'm really saying here is that I want to invite you to let go that own perfection meaning in your daily life. Because what you're going to gain with it is more patience, more energy, and more time for yourself. Myself, Carmen Cornelia Hrunter, I am an empowerment mentor, especially for women in man dominating fields. My own career actually showed me what it means to be a woman in the business world and to make sure that myself, my greatness, is going to be seen by the outside world. So, my focus on the 11:11 talk every Wednesday here for you, it is a support which is showing you how you can make your life easier and as well, to shape it up in order to invest the energy you're having for the things which are really important. So let's start now with the three tips I want to give you exactly to this topic so that you again more time for the things which you really like to do. So the first thing what I want to share with you now is that the perfection, that meaning, that belief is an illusion. Especially we women tend to be perfect. We want to do everything at our best. And that in general is a good try. But to follow up our own meaning that our own best is being perfect is giving ourselves a hard time. Not only because we have this force, this pressure, and this weight on our shoulders, but at the same time, we have this belief that nothing else but perfection is really what counts. And here, I want to invite you that you start to see that belief in a different way. I don't know who of you does know the Pareto principle. It is going on the 80-20 percentage. So 80% of your work is already bringing that 20% of your income, or the other way around. Just for me, like being a designer, what I did is the design itself was done in 20% of my time and energy. But then I invested 80% in order to make it on my terminus perfect. So, what could I have done on this 80% of time, of energy, and co? I could have done many other things. And it took me many years in order to shape up this understanding by creating this knowledge that perfection simply does not exist. And by accepting that, and as well to say, hello, I am a human and I may make mistakes. I may go, on my own speed. And by allowing ourselves this space and as well this time is giving yourself a much easier way. So, first thing, accept that perfection is illusion and simply doesn't exist. So start to get into this terminus. How can you be imperfect? How can you do the things not in the terminus of perfection, but on the way they are, on your terminus, on your signature? And that means as well that you set boundaries, that you set limits. And one of these very important things for you is to set structure, time limitation. And I want to invite you really to test out now following advice. So whenever you start a work, make sure that you set up, for your own belief, determinants of how much time will you need for that, to be ready to be sent out to your client, and leave the perfection on the backside. Don't look at that. But say, I see it. I will take 3 hours. I will take a day, but set a time frame saying, okay, at 10 a.m. the day after, I'm going to be finished. And let's say at 8 a.m., you have the knowledge for another 2 hours. You are going to do now the last shape up, and then you stop. This structure, this time frame is going to give you a setup. And it's going to give yourself this terminus of setting this limitation and as well these boundaries, which you're going to need to overcome this seek of perfection, to overcome this belief that only when you're going to give up something on a perfection terminus is going to be of that value what you deserve or your client deserve. And by making that already to a routine, it's going to make your life easier and you're going to save time. And your weights are going to be much, your shoulders going to be much easier. So try that really, write that down and gonna go on a daily trial of using that on all terms, in work, back home, with your family, with your children, with yourself. Boundaries and limitation is a very good advice. And the third one is also something where we, especially women, tend to be very, very critical. And that's this fear of criticisms from outside. We believe if somebody tells us that is not good enough, that we are not good enough. And ladies, that is simply not true. Invite yourself to accept your greatness, your knowledge, your know-how as what it is. It is unique, it is fantastic, it is outstanding. So whatever you do, a design, a writing a book, writing an article, is in this very moment a print screen, a blueprint of you being in this very now. So by not going too much into this, what does the outside world think about me? What do they say about my work? What is that what the others are giving me the terminus on? But to be convinced about that whatever you do is of great work, that is what counts. So instead of overlooking how somebody else is doing something or something by its work, focus on how you do it with your knowledge, with your experience, and with your knowing being in this very moment. So perfection, letting go and going into this imperfection means as well to be you at all terms, to live you at the best time and in the best act of believing. And this sort of starting to use the imperfection as the new perfect, I promise you, is going to make your life much easier. You're going to have more time for the things you really count, for your hobbies, for your family, for your friends, or simply for your me time. Because to ground yourself with that being is gonna gain in energy and in workout. The whole format is placed on 11 minutes to give you 3 good advices in order for this weekly topic. Please feel free, if you have questions, set it down on the commentary part or use the invitation of a 30 minutes free consultation with me, your female empowerment mentor, who is actually having my calling in order to show you how you can create a life full of happiness and as well of that what really counts. My calling is go all in and explore your greatness. Therefore, I have created a mastery called All In Mastery. And if you are willing, please contact me and I will tell you more about that. In the meantime, I'm looking very much forward to see you as well next Wednesday at 11 within our next topic. And in the meantime, yeah, I am inviting you start to use the imperfect as the new perfect because that is definitely what you deserve. Sending you greetings here from Switzerland, your Carmen Cornelia Haselwanter. All the best and go all in. Bye.